Welcome back to Crit Happens plays Curse of Strahd. I am your lovable and caring dungeon master that would never kill anyone you love. I'm Andrew Pierce, and here we have our one lonely Barovian adventurer. Say hello, lonely Barovian adventurer.
Hey.
Okay. Orion with charisma. So, tonight will be slightly different. As Orion was not present during our previous session, we will instead be exploring what Orion and Ireena will be getting up to during the lead up to Tilly's return to the party. So as a quick recap for you then, Kate, and a bit of context on this session, Orion, you are currently treading water in a beautiful pool on the outskirts of the village of Kresk. You were led there by a mischievous and tipsy Ireena after leaving the Frosty Lantern Tavern this evening. After sharing a few intimate moments, they were interrupted by a sudden change in demeanour from Ireena. Panic and confusion set in as she started to change. The sky is pitch black, the water is lighting up you, Ireena, and your surroundings from the moon's eerie glow. The temperature is pleasant and the atmosphere is soft. What would you like to do?
Well, was she freaking out a little bit?
Yeah.
Which is very rude. But...
Yeah, so the last time we saw you and Ireena, you were about to share an intimate kiss. And possibly more, knowing you. But Ireena pulled back. She recoiled back into the sort of centre of the pool. And her last statement to you was, "Who the fuck are you?" As a large look of confusion comes across her face.
And her eyes were like glowing and stuff. If I remember, she looked a bit kind of freaky. No,
I don't remember that, but yeah, sure. She's got some freaky ass eyes.
There was something noticeably going on with her. Okay.
It was at the end of the session, mate, so I probably just made up some bollocks that I forgot. You know, that's how it goes.
Plan it. Okay, so if she is being like, "Who the fuck are you?" and backing away, we were on about like memories coming back. Would they have all come back at the same time?
No. I think your memories are starting to trickle in. I think the feelings that you would typically have, and I'm sort of recounting this of what Ireena would feel, is they don't feel like your memories right now. Because these memories had been repressed for quite some time, and you've not been able to recount them up to this point, they don't feel like your memories. They could just be completely foreign, could be completely someone else's. But I'll leave it up to you what comes back and over how long, so.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess I will back away from her a little bit if I can. Just give her a little bit of space.
Yeah, so you can see as you back off just slightly, she is still sort of in the middle of this pool, frantically, almost looks like she's about to start drowning. Yeah. She doesn't seem happy. She's treading water, but she is panicking, and she does, and if you're on the scene of Foundry, she does pull herself to the side of the pool and just start panting quite heavily.
Yeah, I'll grab my top, first of all, because I'm pretty sure, like, is she naked right now?
So she's not naked, so she's wearing sort of this silken white tunic. Sort of like, how would I best explain it in a real world, because I'm crap with clothes? Pajamas. She's wearing a onesie. Let's just call it a onesie.
Wearing like a Victoria's Secret type of situation.
Yeah. That's you got it. And I believe you got in the pool with your top off, so sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's cool. If it's there, I'll grab it.
Yeah, but you do notice your shoes have gone due to your natural one that you did roll.
What little shoe stealer. I'll get him one day. And yeah, I'll kind of wade over to the side, obviously a bit creeped out if she's freaking out a little bit. And I guess if I've got drips and drabs coming back as well, that's kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just get out, put my horrible wet top on, grimy, and just see how Ireena's doing. But I'm not going to say anything because it's Orion.
Okay, so you can see that sort of Orion is Orion. Ireena is clutching her chest and sort of panting heavily, and she just looks to you again. And you hear her say, Orion, I'm so sorry. I don't quite know what's happening. As she finishes this sentence, she sort of curls up and puts her head in her hands on the damp, snowy floor. Seems to be in quite a lot of pain.
I'll go over and I'll like sit down just next to her, so I won't touch her or anything. Just kind of. Orion doesn't really know what to do in this situation.
Cool.
Look
So
up the sky or something. Go on.
So, with her head still in her hands, as she's sort of curled up in this fetal position, you can see she starts to sob, starts to cry. You see tears flow out from her palms as she covers her eyes, hiding herself from you. Seems a bit embarrassed by it. But can you do me a favour and roll me a perception check quickly? Okay, so yeah, she's just sat there, sort of in the fetal position at the moment. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I guess I'll just kind of say, you okay?
I don't think so. And she's going to look straight at you with sort of this conviction in her eyes. And she'll say, Orion, you need to listen to me. You and your friends are in grave danger. And she lunges towards you, sort of with both arms and embraces you quite tightly. She looks up at you, with tears still streaming down her face. Orion, you need to tell me, what were the Taroka cards that Madame Ava gave to you?
You're asking the wrong person.
Ah,
okay.
Sorry.
Right.
I thought you might know. It was only a week or so ago.
Well, Ireena, you see, I'm not the member of the group that takes the notes.
Oh,
Right.
Sorry.
So, there was something to do with the sword. Is there? There was a wizard.
A wizard?
Is this right? There's a tax collector.
Right. Do you
Is
remember?
She actually asking
Yeah. Do you remember any others?
Man, it was a while ago. Sorry, I wasn't kind of expecting to have this conversation.
It's all right.
Like right now, Ireena.
It's okay. Sorry. Just
No. I mean, I've got it somewhere.
as Orion is sort of looking around, confused, just trying to recount.
It's like, he takes out his little notebook and he just starts looking through, because he definitely remembers these things that you were on about that Pip put in the chat.
He would. So, for your benefit, then, as your character would know this, you are right. There was a card that depicted a tax collector. There was, and I'm trying to do this from my memory as well, there was a stranger below a mountain protecting what can only be described as the Sun Sword. There was...
I've got it.
Do you want to finish me off? Sounded weird.
Yes.
Do you want to finish it off?
That's what Orion's saying to Ireena.
Ireena's asking that. Yep.
There's a wizard, a mad conjurer sleeping on top of his mountain. There was a raven, a hooded one. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hooded one. There was the tax collector. That's a frightful collector of coin. Abjuror?
And the Abjuror. You picked the Abjuror card. Okay.
Well, I mean... Where is all of this coming from?
There's so much that I need to tell you all. But there's not a lot of time. Have you ever met a man named Dmitry Dominsky?
Oh yeah, we know him. We stayed in his house.
Oh God, when was the last time you saw him?
In Vallaki.
In Vallaki.
After
Okay.
the whole shit show.
Right. The one they call Dimitri, he cannot be trusted. You see, Dimitri returned to Barovia to finish what he started over 100 years ago. Long ago, Dimitri found a way to leave this place and set off a chain of events that caused Barovia to be locked in an endless loop of time. The reason Barovia exists the way that it does right now and why it's so cut off from the other planes of existence is because it acts as a kind of a prison. It's a locked cage keeping in the worst of all things. The betrayers, the fallen angels, cast out or cut off from the Pantheon. They all lie here, resting and waiting for their time to rise again. I fear you and your friends are involved in this now. I'm sorry I didn't say anything sooner, but as you can see, this is just as much of a surprise to me as it is to you.
So Dimitri's 100 years old?
He's older than that. He's older than Strahd himself. We don't quite know much about Dimitri. We just know he was here before any of us.
So then he escaped, but he came back again.
It would appear so. Dimitri hasn't been seen in these lands for over 700 years.
Huh. I mean, we met him.
Yes.
Like, he was just there the day that we arrived here.
The day that you arrived, yes, on that grassy knoll, wasn't it? In the middle of the night, outside the village of Barovia.
Yeah, with the dog.
Yes, with the dog. Do you know where that dog came from?
Well, I just kind of assumed it was from here, but then every person that we run into is always like, oh my god, it's a dog. So maybe the dog wasn't from here.
That's right. Tell me, have you ever seen any other dogs here in Barovia? Any at all?
No, but maybe I should check Farah's backpack. She might have some more in there.
Quite possibly. The dog that Farah is accompanying. The thing is, when something happens in Barovia that's not quite like the rest, it means something, you know? You all showing up means something. Dimitri being here means something. That dog being where it shouldn't be means something. I just don't know what.
How old are you?
I mean, that's kind of relative, really, isn't it? As you know, time gets reset. We don't age. We live, and then we go back. We live, and we go back. You see, since Dimitri left Barovia, time itself got a little confused. When we were all reliving our best and worst moments over and over again, the timeline itself started to split and create alternative events, running in parallel to one another. These moments we relived over and over started to merge into what we could only describe as a knot in time itself. That's when adventurers started showing up from the mists like you. The actions and choices these adventurers made would alter the event of all of our lives, where once we were locked in a twisted nightmare living the same years over and over in the exact same way, the adventurers did not live by this rule of fate and could act independently. Does any of this make any sense? I know I'm dropping a lot on you right now.
Orion's just gonna put his head on his hands and do the massaging the temple thing. So, hang on. So Dimitri left and the time started going. You were living in the same cycle again and again and again. But then he left and it changed and new people started coming in. right?
That's how I remember it, yes.
So, is he bringing the people in? And also, who is he?
You mean Dimitri? I don't think I have the
Yeah.
answers to those questions. I don't think anybody has an answer to who is Dimitri. And in terms of your other question of who's bringing you here, I don't think we know that either. At least I don't.
And then, who are you?
Well, that's a question, is it? I'm still Ireena, but I think I'm also Tatiana. I remember a time before this when Strahd was just a common person, much like yourself and I, and his brother Sergei. I was married to him. I was known as Tatiana back then, but ever since time started resetting itself, I've only ever known the thoughts of being Ireena. But then, who's to say that this doesn't happen on every time we reset? I remember it. I remember everything that happens on every reset. Everything. But I don't remember these thoughts of Tatiana. But now I'm sat here and they're coming back to me. I know that these are my thoughts. I am Tatiana. Everyone who addressed me as such or called me these things were right. I don't know what to do, Orion.
You were married to Sergei, then why is Strahd so obsessed with you?
Strahd has forever been in love with me, even when I was with Sergei. Strahd's the reason Sergei is dead. What really started off all of this? Strahd one day changed. He, much like anyone being in love with somebody else and not being able to have it, he just kind of got on with his life. He found other things to be interested in, but I could always see him looking at me differently. But I was happy with Sergei. At least I was. And one day Strahd just changed. He treated everyone differently. He started talking about how Barovia was his, not ours, like it used to be. It was his domain. And then one day he slaughtered Sergei in his sleep and tried to come for me. And that's when I remember throwing myself off at the top of Castle Ravenloft and killing myself. But here I am. Figured that one out.
I'll just reach a hand over and put it on top of hers.
And you'll see as you put your hand on her, she'll sort of recoil a little bit, but then go a little bit calmer. Her hand itself is very, very tense, but she's happy. And she will look at you and she'll say, I am sorry, Orion. Who'd have thought this pool would do this? I had no idea.
Kind of isn't necessarily expecting things to go well anyway. But,
no?
No.
I meant what I said. I do really, really like you, Orion. I am still who I am. I guess I'm also somebody else? Strange, isn't it? How are you doing in this situation? Did anything happen to you? You seem different.
When she says about also being something else, Not much will change, but his eyes will just glow like a little bit brighter, a little freakishly for almost a second, and then it's gone. Kind of shake it off. Yeah, no. I don't know. I didn't really know how tonight was gonna turn out. I kind of thought maybe we would all get kind of drunk and I don't know, just wanted to do something different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most saddest part of that whole pool is I was drunk before I got into it, and now I feel completely fucking sober.
Yeah, I know, me too. You know, I've never even been drunk before, I don't think.
You've never been drunk before? I mean, I've been drunk a few times, but, you know, who's counting?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I could really tell from the way you were sinking them back there.
I mean, you weren't looking at me the entire night. When you weren't looking, I sank quite a few bottles of ale, I'll have you know.
Boy, insight check.
Yeah, go for it. Bring it on.
Alright, I'll believe you. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing anymore. Every time I think I know what the point of everything is, something else happens, you know? Like, I don't know why we're here. Why are we here? Is it because Dimitri brought us here? Is it because we're bad people and we're meant to be in this prison as well? I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. All I know is everything seems to be connected in some way. The people that arrived here before you, there were multiple groups. You're all connected. It's like you all share the same soul. Does that... I know that makes no sense whatsoever, but you are all essentially the same. There was a time before now where time kept resetting, but adventurers didn't arrive, and we just sort of took it as this is just how life was. Every 100 years, time would get reset. And it was consistent, it was predictable. That's why we have the Festival of the Blazing Sun, the solstice of the coming nights. We knew what was going on until it changed. It became unpredictable. I think Strahd knew that changing the course of fate was dangerous. And could it be messed with? The way he would reset time to control it was to kill the adventurers that came in. It was the only way of resetting it. The adventurers would all be led down a certain path. They would all... we would control their movements, much like we've done with you. But eventually they would all end up falling to Strahd and we'd be reset again. That was how we lived. We knew that if we didn't reset, disaster would occur. But the reason he did this, Strahd himself spoke of horrific things that might occur if this knot in time was to ever be unravelled. He used to ramble on about it to myself, but I never really listened. I was repulsed by the man. But every time he would kill the group of adventurers, like he said, time would correct itself and reset, and we would all go back to where we started. However, one time Strahd made a mistake. He let one of the arrivals live. A small mute boy that arrived here clutching a book. Nobody knows why he did it, but since then the reset has been occurring randomly. It became erratic. Strahd lost the ability to control the outcome of fate, he said. And as I mentioned before, and I'm sorry that this deception has came out, is the entirety of Barovia has been leading you down a certain path. They all know that you must achieve certain things in order for fate to run its course. However, you all keep diverging from that goal. You all keep arriving at locations that aren't supposed to be arrived at. You've changed what nobody else has been able to change before. I think that's the reason I'm back, and I say me as in Tatiana. That's the reason I'm back. I don't think this has ever happened before. I think we really are running on a time that we can't control. And that's the scariest part of all of this. Cool, and you'll see Irena's just sort of where you had your hand placed on her hand is now just very much shaking.
I take mine away and kind of do one of these, frustrated through the hat. What do you want, Ireena?
I don't know, really. I am Ireena. Please, call me Ireena. That's what you know me by. This Tatiana is... I may have her memories, I may have been her, but as far as I'm concerned, I am Ireena. And my feelings and everything I've said thus far has been the honest truth. I know our meeting wasn't in the most honest way, but know that I rely on you and I do really like you all. I think, to answer your question of what I want out. I think like every Barovian here, we just want it to stop. And I think the only way to do that is to finally break the knot. Stop the resets. I think we need you and your friends to help.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know how. I feel like we're just stumbling around, getting attacked by werewolves, and I don't think we know what we're doing.
I don't think that at all. As much as I wasn't with you when the town of Vallaki was taken over by the Baron, you all saved that town, and you all saved everybody in it. Without you, that town would be rubble now. That was all you. I don't think you're giving yourself as much credit as you should.
I don't know. I feel like there's people that are saying all these things, we're supposed to come and do something, or set something right, or not do the right thing, and then the outcome is different. But I don't think any of us really have a clue what's going on. We just came here. You know, we're just a bunch of weirdos, I guess. I don't know.
But a bunch of weirdos that could change everything. That's the idea. I get that you never asked for this, and I'm sorry I can't give you all the answers that you want, but you are kind of our only hope, I think.
Boy who turned up with the book.
Yes.
When was that?
That was 500 years ago. Almost to the day.
You know, I had this weird conversation with a kid that shits in shoes.
I'm sorry, what?
You've met him, right? Kreshkov?
No.
Your shoes have never been shat in?
No. What a weird thing to say. Sorry, have your shoes been... Where are your shoes?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm kind of wondering as well. I just want to have a little look around.
I thought I was talking some confusing stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're really nice shoes, okay? It took me a long time to get some shoes that fit, now they've gone again. That wasn't the point I was making. There's this weird kid, and the last... I won't call it a conversation as much as a confrontation that we had. He was like, being all enigmatic, and he was like, "We know loads about you." And it kind of struck me as odd. And also he's friends with Dimitri.
And
or at least he was adopted by Dimitri when he took his house. I don't know, it's a little bit strange.
And you think that's connected to the boy that showed up that so many years ago?
I mean, I don't know. It's a boy. And he's really weird. It could be.
The boy that showed up 500 or so years ago, well, 500 years to nearly the exact day, would it be tomorrow, actually? Actually, no, it'll be in 2 days. Time. That boy, there's no way that boy is still living. That boy was killed. Along with his mother, or his adopted mother. And his father, I believe his mother was called Alana Fidel.
Mm-hmm.
What are you writing? What are you writing down there?
Oh, I'm not doing anything.
It's a very cute little notebook you've got. I like it.
Yeah, I know. It's got Hello Kitty on the front and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, his father. His father what?
His father died. Back then,
And his mother.
And his mother.
So they all died.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to recount, but yes, they all died. Or at least went missing. But if you're implying that this boy had anything to do with Dimitri wasn't around at this point. But if you are saying what you're saying and there is a boy with Dimitri, again, that's got to mean something, right?
I don't know, I just kind of thought he was always a little bit odd, and then, like I say, he said something really weird before, like he knew about me or us as in the group, and he was like, "We know more about you," or something. I don't know, it was kind of threatening, to be honest. I don't know. And also, this boy was really obsessed with his mother. Yeah, he got really mad when I took something from him. I don't know. Maybe we need to speak to him. Ugh.
Do you know any way of contacting him? Or Dimitri, for that matter?
Just leave your fucking shoes out, apparently. I bet the little shit's around the corner right now. But how bad's Ireena looking? Because she's looking rough too.
She's looking pretty rough. She's doing about the same as you about now.
Okay. I don't know what to do other than to try and long rest, but that doesn't seem like a great idea. It's great if I had a cleric.
It's really super, wouldn't it? Ireena will reach out to you. Orion, we should head back. We should head back to the tavern that we were once at. We need to see if our friends are okay, right?
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Cool.
Pretty sure Neil might have something that can help.
Yeah.
Maybe 50% help, 50% chance it suit that has no bowl.
Yes, they were two odd bunch of characters, that's for sure. So as you...
What do you mean they were?
Well, I mean, we only knew them for a slight while. As you make
still know them, right?
Yes, we definitely still know them.
Yeah.
Yes, they definitely nothing bad has happened to them, I'm sure.
Definitely nothing bad has happened to them, though, just at the pub.
Yeah. So as you make your way through sort of the maze of houses that you came here before, sort of retracing your steps, you both make your way through. Pretty stealthy. You're sticking to the shadows. You're being quite quiet. You haven't stepped on anything or done anything that would alert anyone to your presence. But as you sort of come out to the clearing of where the main road was, and I'll remind you of this, the main road in Kresk, at this point from where you're looking at it, left down the road would be towards the Kresk main gates, and looking right would be up the large hill towards a large, great big building that was described to you as the Abbey. A few figures off into the distance. They seem to sort of be stood around a barrel fire. They look like the guards that you've seen previously at the Kresk gates. You do hear voices up the road towards the Abbey, but you can't quite make out whose voices or what anyone's ever saying up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose with 7, you do see a shadow on the rooftops. As you're looking forward towards the Frosty Lantern Tavern, you do see a shadow sort of whisk across the rooftops.
Oh. Like a small halfling shaped shadow? Or like
with a 7, different? You've no idea.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
The guards stood around the burning thing because try not to mess game. I actually don't know what's going on right now, do I? So the guards stood around the fire. Where were they stood?
So they're off to your right, about 60 feet up the road towards the Abbey.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I guess maybe we should check in the pub first.
Yeah. Let's try not to draw attention to ourselves. So, going in tavern, yeah?
Going in tavern.
Popping in tavern. So as you enter the tavern, sounds exactly like you were when you were last here. As you open the door, you can see there's sort of the dealers at their blackjack tables, a couple of people playing some slots, but as you enter, you can't quite help but notice a lot of the people are just looking straight at you both. They're not saying anything.
When they're looking at us, what are their expressions? Like, do they look unfriendly, or do they look confused, or happy?
Make an insight check as a sort of a insight check on a group of people, not one person in particular. From what you can see right now, there's probably about 6 people. Yeah, with a 7, they all seem to have just taken notice of you. You don't get the sense that there's any kind of bad ill omen towards you or anything like that.
Oh, it was a 12.
Oh
Unless
God.
That makes a difference.
No, it does make a difference. Sorry, I didn't scroll down. I was reading your perception check. With a 12, right. you do get the sense that they are surprised in some way.
Wow.
Well,
I guess I'll just look at Ireena.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Where is everyone?
Let's find out, shall we?
I mean, by all means, go ahead. I'll follow your lead.
Yes. I'm feeling really confident with my 8 hit points. I'm gonna walk on in that tavern.
Yeah. What are you saying? Where are you going?
Where is what was the lady called? Was it Eliza or Elizabeth or something?
Elizabeth, yes. The lady that served you your food
Elizabeth.
and your drinks before. You can see her just sort of walking around. She hasn't quite clocked you yet, but she is just serving the other patrons.
Oops. I guess I'll just walk right on over to Elizabeth.
Yeah, so as you do, she does, she's holding a tray of drinks. And as you approach, she drops the tray of drinks on the floor. And the drinks sort of scatter out. She's, hello there. What can I do for you? Table for two, or?
Hi, Elizabeth. As it's worth noting as well, I've not bothered to wash any of the blood off.
Okay. Good to know.
It's like a monitoring in. I was just wondering where my friends were.
Oh, yes, you were here with some others. They actually left. There was a horse and cart that was there to take them up towards the abbey to see the abbots. I believe someone was going to send a message to you. Did you not receive the message?
We received a message.
Okay. That sounds ominous. Are you okay? You look terrible. You want to sit down for a second?
No, I'm good. I'm good, actually. So where are they now?
I believe they've been escorted up to the abbey. If you'd like, I can send for somebody, or I can take you up there myself if you'd like.
Nah, I think you're better off here. Can I detect thoughts on her?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
The surface thoughts that you're getting, because you do just get surface thoughts, is fuck, shit, fuck, shit, shit, fuck, fuck, shit. Those are the surface thoughts you are currently receiving. What are you doing? What do you know? And you'll see now all of the other patrons in the bar. Now you've sort of entered the main room of the tavern. There's about 15 people in here. They're all staring in your direction. And Ireena is going to come and clutch your arm and stand beside you.
So it's just, again, very uncharacteristically casual in this situation, like hands in pockets type vibe. I'm just going to give Elizabeth a little smile. I don't really know anything. It's okay, I'll go and find my friends. I think you'd be better off staying here. Maybe you should take something for that headache as well. Try some of your own wine. I'm just gonna walk out.
And as you walk out, she's gonna try and grab you. So make an athletics check for me.
I shall. I just want to talk some smack. Athletics. Okay.
20. So she reaches out to try and grab you, and she sort of grabs the sleeves of your clothes, and you manage to just pull off. Yeah, over to you. Anything you'd like to do with a reaction to that one?
I'll just shake my head at her. Well, it depends what she's looking like. Is she looking like she wants to go, or was she just kind of making a desperate attempt?
A desperate attempt, and she kind of wants to go. Like, she's clutching at straws at this point. I'm not even going to make you roll an insight check for that. It's pretty obvious.
What, is it though she's trying to stop me leaving?
Yeah.
I want to fight her, because I'm going to have to fight everyone.
Go for it.
No, I don't want to go for it. I've got 8 hit points. That's very silly. Oh, what to do? So I'm really trying to think of, do I try and talk myself out of this situation, or am I going to try and start a brawl with everybody? Okay. I will, like, kind of shrug her off and just kind of give her a bit of a look. I don't think we want to turn this into a fight, do we, Elizabeth?
And she's going to swing for you.
For fuck's sake.
She's going to try and punch you straight in the face. Let's have a look. And with an 11, what is your AC, just out of interest, as we're doing this a little bit different?
I think it's a 16.
Okay, I just want to remember your AC, because I may roll a few checks. So, this terrible punch. It looks like this woman has never punched a single thing in her life. She's barely made a fist. It's more just sort of a slap, and as she goes, you just sort of just step out the way. Yeah, at this point, we are now in combat. So, what would you like to do with your action?
Right. When you say we're in combat, does it look like the rest of the pub is about to try and get involved?
Because we've entered combat, this is very much the first 6 seconds. So you are going at the same time that this woman has tried to punch you. During this time until the top of the round, we won't see what everybody else is about to do.
Okay. So, what I guess I would do, getting the Orion mentality, I'm going to try and hit her, and then I'll flavour it if I hit. I better hit. It's going to be really embarrassing if I don't.
Yeah, roll an unarmed strike.
Oh, shit.
11 hits.
Great. So that's
crazily enough, these people they're not wearing armor. They're not combatants. 8 points of damage. You clock her straight into the jaw, I assume. And it twists her head.
Well,
oh, go on.
I wanted to kind of like, as she stepped towards me, I wanted to kind of like kind of give her a bit of a snigger, grab her head, and I want to like onto the nearest table.
Perfect. And as she gets up, she's just absolutely dazed, like this. Anything else? You do have 2 attacks with your turn.
Yeah, let's go again. Elizabeth.
You're gonna go for the same type of attack? You're gonna try and slap her head into the table again?
Well, if she staggers up, if it hits, I'll flavour it slightly differently.
Right.
Let's go with that. Let's see what I can do.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay. That hits. Okay, let's do the damage on that one, and then I'll think about what I do.
Yeah, she's dead. Well, I suppose the question to you is: would you be making this non-lethal? Are you attempting to kill her?
Naughty Orion is out now, and he wants her to die.
Then she is dead. How'd you want to do it?
That's great. Poor Elizabeth. Not poor Elizabeth, she's evil. So I guess the first time I'll snigger, wrap my hand, or almost like I'm doing it like caressing her, and then I'll smack her head in the table. And as she comes up, I'd love to just like grab a glass bottle of the wine or something and then just crack it directly into the side of her head again, I guess.
Awesome. So her entire side of her head just sort of caves in, blood just starts to flow out, and strangely enough, the bottle that you grabbed is the same bottle that Neil ordered, the bottle that was full of like the most crazy alcohol ever. And as you smash the bottle over her, you can see the liquid starts to pour out onto a dead corpse, absolutely bludgeoned face, and the liquid starts to boil and melt the skin on her face.
Juicy.
Cool. It is now over to the other heck of a lot of people.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I haven't finished my turn.
All right. Chill out.
In an attempt to not die. So I've got movement. and this is flavouring things a little bit, so it's up to you if you allow it. But what I would love to do is like fuck up Elizabeth.
Okay.
And then I don't know what the tavern situation is, but is there like a shadowy corner or anything like that?
So the tavern itself, the picture that you're seeing on Foundry is pretty accurate for what you currently are seeing. You're kind of in the middle of this room right now. So imagine yourself sort of stood here, Elizabeth's head being smashed into this table. So I wouldn't say there's a shadowy portion of the room at all, really.
That would have been so cool. Okay, it doesn't matter. I feel like they're all gonna try and attack me, so I should probably leave. Yeah, I guess I'll use my movement to try and get out away from them.
Okay, I'm going to say you're about 30 feet away from the door, so you can get straight to the door if you wanted to.
In fact, even better. I'll do that. I'll go out of the door.
You can't go out the door just yet, as it would require your action to use the door. We're in combat.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm fine, I'm just gonna stand there.
Yes, D&D rules. You must wait for your next turn to do something else.
What if I dive out of a window?
Still an action, unfortunately. You have used your action. You do have a bonus action left, I believe, if you'd like to use your bonus action for enemy.
But I can't use a bonus action to open the door.
You can't, no. It's use an object is an action.
I guess I'll just use my bonus action to look at the room and get the vibe.
Yeah, the vibe is they're going to come and beat the shit out of you.
Okay, great.
Brilliant. So there is currently an old man sitting in a chair, because I like this picture. This guy with the pipe looks at you, throws his pipe to the ground and says, where do you think you're going? He's going to try and hit you and misses you completely, tries to hit you with his cane. You blasted thing. He misses, trips over himself. Let's go for Edna. There's no way you're leaving. Does an 11 hit?
No.
No? Oh, I've missed as well. One more will try and take their opportunity to grab you down. And rolls a nat 1. This guy, there's a guy who stands up and thinks he's almost being the hero. And he races for you head first. And all you do is just sort of step out the way, and his whole body flies into the door. His head, his skull cracks, blood everywhere, and the door is now open.
Yay!
It is back over to Ireena, who is just going to look at Elizabeth and just kick her, and then move back over to you. So it's now back over to you.
Great turn, Ireena. Okay, so I guess all the villagers have missed, which is good. I would just like to walk towards the door, step over the person who's cracked his head open.
And as you do, he looks at you and just, help me, please. I'm dying.
Just guess I'll look at the rest of the room. It's been a pleasure. I'd like to leave. Is Ireena coming with me, or does she have to wait till her turn to move?
We're out of combat now, I will say. With a natural one with him smashing his head against the door and opening up for you, we are now out of combat.
I'll just walk out if Irina's gonna come with me.
Yeah, she's coming.
Close the door. If they're not gonna follow, what does the door look like?
It's just a large wooden door. Just a normal wooden door.
These are just questions. I'll step away from it a little bit. I guess I'll move off into the shadows and see if like Ireena kind of comes with me. Out of interest, what does the door look like, and what do the windows of the building look like?
Yeah, so the door is just it's a double door. So imagine just a very old wooden double door. You can see there is a lock on the outside that hasn't been locked. As the door opened, it feels like just a barn door. It keeps the wind and the cold out, but it's not the most sturdy door. The windows are just single pane, flag pattern glass type windows. Just sort of plastered along the side of this wooden building.
Okay.
But just with your, I'll tell you what. Roll me a perception check, quick. I'm going to say this is for how much you notice about this tavern during this natural one. Yeah.
Why am I perception checks such trash?
Yeah, it's a tavern, dude. There's a door and some windows. There are some lanterns that are lit around the side, but that's about it.
Okay. Hey, Ireena.
Yeah.
Pretty sure our friends might be in trouble.
Yes. No shit. Sorry. I just assumed that was obvious. What should we do?
Do you have anything, flammable?
I had a feeling you might say that. I don't. However, the only light source around this tavern are those lanterns. And you look a bit closely at the lanterns that are sort of dotted around the tavern, sort of lighting it up, inviting people in. They are candle-lit lanterns. Each one is a flame. Yeah, like an oil lantern.
Perfect. I would love to go up to the door and find a way of locking it. Like, you've kind of described it, but is it like a bolt situation or like a key lock situation? Like,
yeah. So now you've got closer. Now you've got closer. I would have told you all this, but you rolled in that one. But you are eventually figuring it out. There is a bar. So there is a bar that goes across the door. There is also a keyhole. There are 2 keyholes for each side of the door.
And is there a key in the door currently, or is it empty?
No, empty.
Okay. Could I put the bar over the door?
You certainly can.
I will do that.
And as you do that, the people inside are starting to bang on the door. They were following you, but now they are locked in.
And I would love to. I don't know if Ireena wants to help me with this. I think Orion's very much acting on his own agency. He probably wouldn't say anything to her. I just want to grab a couple of the oil lanterns and I just want to burn the building.
Okay.
So throw them.
All right. So do me a favor then. I mean, you're just chucking them straight at the door, right? You're just gonna.
I just want to because I don't know what the building looks like. I'm trying to think of it in my head. What he's essentially
I can show you.
Burn the building.
Let's go to this scene here. There we go. That should give you a better idea. So this is just generic house, but imagine this building here as being the tavern. It's slightly larger than that, a lot wider, lot deeper, but you are sort of stood around here.
I'll just chuck some oil lanterns onto. In fact, I'll chuck the oil lanterns onto where the windows are, so they'll have to come through fire if they want to get out of the windows.
Okie doke. All right. You see 4 lanterns along the side of the tavern. Are you going to chuck all 4?
The more the merrier.
All right. You do chuck 4 lanterns. They do start a small fire. You were aiming for the windows, but I'm going to say 2 of them went a little bit wide and are just starting to burn the outside of the building. Let's say you've backed off a little bit now you've chucked these lanterns. You will see that Ireena, there are a lot of houses around you. Those houses too are lit with oil lit bullseye lanterns. She's seeing you as pretty fucking cool right now, and she's going to take those bullseye lanterns, and she is also going to throw a crap load of bullseye lanterns at this tavern. She rolls just as bad. You're both missing the target, but the amount of lanterns that you guys can get hold of, and the oil that you drain out of it, I'm going to say you set this tavern ablaze. It takes about 60 seconds, and during those 60 seconds you can hear large banging on the doors, like loud banging and shouting. This is causing quite the scene, and then the blaze just engulfs the tavern as the small little fires around the tavern that you've sort of caught on fire, they all sort of engulf into one, and now the tavern is completely ablaze, and now you start hearing the screams. The windows are being smashed. What else would you like to do?
It depends if they're gonna get out or not. I'll go over, I guess, if there's a window where someone's trying to get out, and if they're trying to get out, I just want to crack them in the head.
Yeah, there certainly is. There's right, let's play a game of whack-a-mole. On the left hand side of the tavern is one window that's smashed, and there is a man in a trilby. Yeah, a man in a trilby. He's crawling out, and you can see that he's very, very bloodied. He's bloody because as he's trying to climb out of this window, he's cutting himself with glass. He's sort of crawling across horrible stuff, and he's sort of halfway out this window right now. What would you like to do?
I would like to, like this, if possible.
Or just crack his neck, yeah?
Or no, even better. Okay, let me flavour it better. Do I need to roll to hit first?
No.
See if I do.
No.
Okay.
At this point, you're just killing.
If he's crawling through the window over the shards of glass, I just want to help him along his way. So this is going to make me sound so unhinged. I want to just grab his head, just shift him back, and then so his neck goes on like the glass that's sticking out the window frame.
Awesome. So as this trough of blood just splurts out, you can see while you were doing this, the window to your right, there's an old lady who's screaming out in pain and help me, I'm dying. And you see Ireena sort of looks at you, grabs her head and smashes it into the glass as well. There is now 2 large windows at the side of the tavern that you can hear people starting to smash. One at each sort of end. So imagine one at this end and one at that end.
Mm-hmm. You go that way, Ireena.
Okay, will do. And as Ireena sort of wanders off, she moves out of view, and you just hear this large shilling scream. It lasts about 10 seconds, while not a scream from Ireena, but a scream from something else, and then goes deathly silent. The window that you go to, there is 2 gentlemen. The first one being the blackjack dealer that you once saw. And as you're looking through the window, you do see a warforged that was underneath the blackjack table, and you could just see him sort of wheeling around. Now the blackjack table is broken, he's sort of wheeling around the tavern, just going beep boop. I wanted to see the world, and now I will die here alone.
Sorry, Adam. Sorry, I forgot he was in there. Oh, at least his suffering is over.
No, I will probably survive this fire, and I will come for you. I am a warforged. So yeah, the blackjack dealer is currently crawling out from this window.
I will try and stop him. So if he's crawling out of the window, I guess I will. Bad does he look? Does he look like Death's Door bag?
Death's Door, 1 HP. If you understood what HP was as Orion, you would know this guy doesn't have a lot of it left.
Okay. Hey, you. What happened to my friends?
If I tell you, will you let me live?
Sure.
They were taken to the Abbey to be harvested. Your friends are likely dead already. If I were you, I would just run, get out of here.
What is harvesting?
Did you not think it was odd, the amount of meat that we have? We're eating you. We eat people. That's what we do.
Wow. So you're telling me they got taken up to that place for a crazy harvesting party and I wasn't even invited?
Yes? Is that the right answer?
I'm gonna kill this guy.
Go for it. You don't need a roll for hit. Just describe how you want to murder him.
I'll just say thank you for your help, and I just want to do a little twist his head. That's
awesome. So as you're looking through this window now, you can see the Warforged. Like, I imagine this guy looks like Johnny Five, and he's just on his, he's got conveyor belts as wheels instead of legs. And he's just wheeling backwards and forwards, waving his arms, going, wow, wow. And the rest of the people you see, Elizabeth's corpse is now completely engulfed in flames, and her skin is now melting off. You see the old man that was once in his chair. It wasn't quite dexterous enough to make it out towards the window. He is now fully aflame, fully ablaze, and his body just falls limp to the floor. And again, his skin starts to melt away. You tell me how long you want to watch, I suppose.
Okay, I'm not watching. So as soon as the card dealer guy is dead, what am I gonna do? Okay, so what I would like to do is this. I'm gonna... And I guess it's worth saying that as Orion kills this person, kills that person, kills that person, his eyes, which always kind of glow a bit weirdly, they're getting like brighter and brighter and brighter. It just seems totally calm about everything that's going on to like a disconcerting level. And I would love to take this guy's head, if possible. Can I cut his head off?
Yeah, what will you use to cut his head off?
Piece of glass.
Yeah.
No, whatever's sharp within reach. I guess there's glass. So
okay. Roll me a medicine check to see how well you could sever a head from a body with a shard of glass. You are sawing into this guy's neck. The shard of glass that you pulled out just from the window or the floor, it's not that big. You find a nice long shard of it that kind of looks like a dagger, and as you just start to carve, you sort of have hold of the guy's head and you just start to carve it off. It takes you a good 2 minutes to get to the neck bone. The neck bone. Why did I call it a neck bone? The spine.
Neck bone, yeah.
Bone. So as you get to the bone, what you find is your shard of glass is just too blunt to get through that bone. So what you ended up doing is just going around the bone, so all of the flesh is now disconnected, and then you just use your staff just to crack and break the spine in half. And yes, you now own a severed head of a blackjack dealer, and you hear Johnny Five is his name.
So
from the bar just go, wow, what have you done?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I guess I want to walk back round to like the front of the building. And is it all on fire, or is there any patch of it that's like left preserved? Or
no, at this point, as you walk around the front of the tavern, it is fully ablaze. As in, you need to step back probably about 10 feet.
okay, what I would like to do then is, as my last murderous act for the moment, I want to like use the blood that I've got from the head. This is making me sound demented, but I would just want to draw like a big eye in blood somewhere close to the tavern. Like if it wasn't all on fire, I would do it on it, but like on the step or like on the ground outside or something.
Yeah, you. I'm going to say if you spent the next 5-10 minutes, you could draw the biggest eye in the snow possible if you wanted to with blood.
I want it to be like, I'm not going to take time to make it like a work of art. I just want it to be clear that it's a big eye in like blood right outside the tavern, and that's my last.
Yeah, I'll say there's kind of like a stone. How do I describe it? It's not like a pavement, but sort of where the cobblestone footings are, that are on the road, and they sort of veer off towards the tavern just to give people a safe passage into the tavern. You can, and it's not very snowy because people have been trodden over it, but there is a thin patch of snow. As you sort of clear it away, you can, draw an eye and blood on that path.
I'll do that. Yeah, and then I guess I don't know where Ireena is.
She comes from around the side with another severed head. No, she doesn't. But that was good. Yeah, she'll come round as she sees you with this severed head and drawing a blood symbol on the ground, and she'll say, "Oh, was I supposed to bring one too? I didn't get the memo."
I think we might have got the message across.
What's with the eye?
Oh. Let's come take a walk with me and I'll explain.
Yeah.
I don't think we should stand around outside this like the burning building.
Yeah, at this point you can start to see sort of voices being heard from the distance. You can see people emerging out from their homes, but it is pitch black. You are being illuminated, but if you are quick, you can dip into the shadows at this point.
Okay, well, I guess want to go into like an alley so we're out of sight and in shadow and everything, but I guess I wouldn't leave my friends if I thought that they were being murdered.
Yeah, no, so this isn't very much leaving. I'm just sort of getting the general direction that you're going. So
yeah, but I'm not. I'll probably head more towards the abbey, if that makes sense.
Yeah, very much so. So as you can see, a good depiction of the picture. There's a lot of small wooden cabins around. When Ireena first led you towards that pool, there was a lot of large wooden cabins, and you sort of went in between them, and they create kind of these large network-like maze of alleyways. So you can find, like, once you're off of the main beaten road, as you sort of head up towards the abbey, there's a million and one little different alleyways that you can just dip and duck dive into. So we'll say that, yeah, you went about 20 feet up towards the abbey in that direction, just dipped into one of the alleyways.
That'd be cool. We'll kind of get out of sight with my head.
Are you carrying the head with you, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case I need it.
As you grab the head, I'm assuming you're grabbing it by the hair of some kind. You can get a firm grasp on the head itself, but you got to hold on tight because the hair is quite short. One of the eyes now is just sort of fallen out. The skin itself is just sort of melted. The way you severed it is so bad that it's just half of the skin is just sort of flopping off.
Nasty.
Yeah, what'd you like to do?
I guess I'll just walk to a certain point in the shadows where I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be seen by anyone. Check that we're not being followed, I guess, as well. Guess I'll just... Knowing that I probably look like quite a lunatic.
Yeah.
I'll put the head down. Just put the head down. Give it a little pat. Kind of look at Ireena and try to get a sense of if she's really freaked out or if she's cool.
You get the sense that Ireena changed in demeanour in the last... I'm going to say these events took maybe an hour. Her demeanour, like you, it's sort of she's following on from your kind of your charismatic way. You got the sense that she was always kind of trying to fit in, but now she's taken aback by you. She's impressed by you, but she is somewhat scared of you now.
Guess I'll just smear some of the blood off my trousers and kind of cross my arms a little bit. How are you doing, Ireena?
Ooh, well, if you'd asked me a few hours ago if you wanted to blow off some steam, this probably wasn't the way I expected it to go. But I do feel better, if that helps. That was fun.
I feel better than I have in a while, actually.
Yeah, so do I.
Look, I'm sorry about the substantial amount of murder that just happened. But, you know, those guys, this place is just full of the worst people. And you know Tilly, right?
Yeah.
Told me this thing once about, oh god, this helm who watches everybody and he sees the good and the bad and all of this kind of shit. And that really bothered me for ages. Because I thought, if this god sees all the terrible things that are happening, does he just not do anything about it? You know? And for ages, I guess, I was kind of thinking, you know, what's the point of us being here, or what's the point of anything? But I think maybe all of these people that have this power over other people, and they abuse it and they hurt people, you know, maybe we have to be kind of watchers for them, you know? Maybe that's the purpose, right?
Maybe. I haven't paid much thought to the gods or what they're about. I think it's common knowledge that the gods have always been around since, I suppose, since the first time Faerun was destroyed. Yeah, they just kind of, they do what they do. We make our own luck in this world.
That's what I mean. I felt the gods, they never did anything for me. Or you, I'm guessing. But we can do something.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I don't know, I just killed a lot of people.
Yeah, how many were in there?
I don't know. I didn't really count. They're all cannibals apparently anyway, so I'm guessing it's not a huge loss.
Yeah. There is something I haven't told you about this place. This is Kresk. They, you know, like you say, they are cannibals. And trust me, I would have told you that as we arrived if I'd knew it. But do you remember that golden-haired man that we saw?
Hmm.
His name is His name is Tristan Winters. That man is a very, very dangerous man. He's your friend Weft. Weft is a reincarnation of Tristan Winters.
How can he be a reincarnation if he's not dead?
Yeah. Remember before when I was talking to you about timelines? This is the mess the timelines are currently in. We're kind of like in this parallel place where multiple timelines are acting out in the same time. Multiple threads, when time should just be a singular constant loop. Now we've just got 5 individual threads all running at once.
So Tristan is Weft.
Yes. I once travelled with a group 100 years ago. They called themselves the knife throwers. You were there.
Was I?
Madame Meow. Your name might not be familiar to you, but they were also friends of mine. I knew them well.
I did meet a cat. She told me to talk about my feelings. Terrible advice.
Yes. If you did meet her, it was most likely a vision, as nearly all of that adventuring party is dead. Madame Meow is most certainly dead.
So how does this work then? But how? I'm not a cat. I had a life, that wasn't here.
We're not too sure how it works, but yes, you have a life. You led your life. But before that life, you were Madame Meow. Madame Meow had a life. Before that, she was somebody else. Reincarnation.
But then Weft is being reincarnated before he's even dead, because it's a different timeline, but we're in the same place.
Yes, it's like a bowl of soup with spaghetti in it.
Is it? Yes. Time is a bowl of soup, is it?
Time is a bowl of soup. It's the best way of describing it, I'm afraid. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, and I will sit you all down once we're all safe, and I will explain it as best as I can.
Yeah, it's not making a lot of sense. But I'm not really thinking straight too. Kind of thinking, what the fuck do we do now?
I think we need to save our friends. That's for sure.
Yeah.
She will take your hand, and she will attempt to kiss you.
Oh. Well, she's in good hands because Orion is in the house. So I'll give her the dirtiest kiss she's ever had.
Okay, brilliant. So as she leans in to kiss you, Ireena, she would go for a petite, nice kiss. And if you are fucking destroying her, can you go ahead and roll? Go ahead and roll me up.
I'm not going to destroy it. When I say naughty, it's not going to be like a. It's going to be like a I'm biting your bottom lip type situation. Cool. I can roll a performance check if you want.
I want you. No, actually, don't roll a performance. Don't roll it. Don't roll it. It's gonna kill you. I forgot.
Might not.
So she very much does go in for that petite sweet, like that, and yeah, like you said, you just go crazy. You bite the bottom lip. Yeah, she pulls herself in closer, and yeah, you're having a hot, passionate kiss. That's how I would describe that.
Nice kiss. Yeah, I'll go along with it. I mean, it depends how far she wants to go with that kiss, because Orion's in his unhinged phase.
She'll sort of pull back and she'll look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your friends could wait? 2 minutes? 3 minutes?
30 seconds, go!
Cool. Yeah, she'll just start removing her clothes.
Yeah. Orion will.
Yes! Yes!
It's going to be really dirty up against the side of this building with a head on the floor. It's actually really not sexy now.
Oh, yes, the head. So,
I'll just turn his head so that it faces the other direction.
And so, as this is going on, you can still hear that. So, you're only about 20 feet away from this ablaze tavern. You can still hear the odd screams that are coming from it. You can hear screams of other people sort of arriving at this tavern. So everybody's attention is completely blocked. You guys are just down this alleyway, so you guys are only hearing this, but you do hear the wow of Johnny Five still rolling about in this tavern. So as this is going on, you do hear the beep boops and clingity clangs from Johnny Five. We'll never know if Johnny Five made it out or not, but
we might find out. You never know.
Maybe.
We might at some
Cool.
point.
And you tell me how long we're at this game.
Well, okay, so without going into graphic detail, it wouldn't be long because obviously my friends are potentially being killed. However, Orion doesn't seem very Orion-like anymore. In fact, it's almost the complete opposite. And he would just be making sure that she has a really good time. In fact, almost to a weird extent, it's all about Ireena and not at all about him.
Nice. Cool.
Ramagent.
And then the scene cuts to black, and then we're back. And you could just see her putting back on her clothes. Her face is her face is glowing. And she sort of just shoots you a smile. And just says, that was insane, but continue this later. We need to save our friends.
Yeah, probably. He's looking pleased with himself.
And she just is flustered and blushing. Right, come on. Let's go.
Come on into the fray, Ireena. How many hit points are you on?
I mean, I've just gained 12. I don't know. I'm not on a lot of hit points right now. But fuck it. Come on.
Let's go save our friend.
Cool. So tell me how you want to be progressing. So as you made your way down this alley, you know that you are some ways off of this abbey. You are about 500 feet away from this abbey if you were to walk all the way up there. Can you just go ahead and roll me another perception check for me quick? So you do see, as you're back now out onto the road, a large distraction behind you. You don't see any people in front of you up towards this road. The rest of them are down back the way you came towards this burning blaze of a building. You do see running across the rooftops a small halfling woman, or not halfling, but a small figure that appears to be carrying a flail, a lit torch, just darting across these rooftops, way out in front of you.
Okay, let's have a think. Then, in that case, to the abbey.
Okay, so
we'll go sneakily.
So you do go sneakily. As I said, you're about 500 feet away from this winding road. It goes up a large hill. As you make your way up, sort of the first 100 feet, keeping to the shadows, you do see that the houses start to clear, and it becomes just one long, dark road up this hill. You get the sense that you don't really need to be sneaky anymore, as you're away from the actual village and you're just heading up. So you will just dart straight up towards the abbey, and what we'll do is we'll go to this scene right here. So as you approach the abbey, you can see a large grand building in front of you. You can sort of see the front of it here. So this building here, you don't quite get the scale of it from this picture, but it's very large, like a large cathedral type building. And to the right of that building is a large stained glass window that has been smashed. Yeah?
Go in.
Yeah. Yeah, let's. And as you approach the stained glass window, it's odd. This window's huge, and you didn't hear it smash. You'd think that if you get the sense that this window's been smashed for quite a bit of time now, and as you peer through, I don't want you to make a perception check, so I'll just take an average roll. You don't see anybody in there. No sounds, but you do hear an eerie sort of organ playing, like just a dong dong. Can't do an organ with my mouth. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be anyone in there. Would you like to enter?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm going to. Yeah.
Yeah. As you make your way in...
Still holding my head.
Oh, you took the head with you, yeah?
I'll take the head.
You do see a flash of light over in the corner of this room. Oh, not the corner, but the other side of the room. And it's a spark of energy that, as soon as you enter, just goes and just disappears.
Oh. What else do I see in the room?
You see a large, long metal trough. There is copious amounts of blood sort of overflowing from it now. You don't see it on the scene, but there is a humanoid figure that is bent over the trough, seemingly throat slit. This figure is Neil. You see in front of you the corpse of a small dog with its head severed.
Got that quickie was really a terrible idea. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, right. So in all seriousness, that's pretty shit. I guess I will. Oh, poor Santa. If Santa's closest to me, I won't run. I'll walk over. Very kind of not cocky or arrogant anymore, just like very still. And I'll reach down and I'll pick up his little collar.
Yeah.
And I'll just take his collar. I'll pop the head down for now. I'll grab Santa's collar and then I'll go over to Neil's body, and just like turn him over and see if check he's definitely dead. I mean, I'm assuming he's...
Yeah. So with an average amount of medicine check, even with a DC 2 medicine check, this guy's dead. So you can see that Neil's body, his eyes are completely bloodshot. Where his throat has been slit, you expect to see quite a lot of blood gushing out, but it seems that this throat was slit quite a little while ago. And it's now just stopped draining of blood. His whole front of him is covered in blood, but you see that essentially all of the blood that was in him is just now drained out. And there's just none left.
I'll just drag Neil like a little bit away from the trough, so he's not like freaking bleeding into it. And I'll just do that thing where, like, you close their eyes.
Yeah. Do you want to unbind him as well? He is still tied up.
Oh yeah.
Like a hog.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll make it so that he's not like he was. And just sit there for a minute. And I'm just getting really cross. Oh man. Yeah. I guess just look around, see if there's anything else in the room.
No, it's just a very large cathedral building. You see the doors over to your left, large, grandiose doors. There's an altar to your right on this pedestal that you see here. On it are just sort of skulls, couple of gems and things like that, but nothing intrinsically worth any sort of value. Over completely the other side, you do see an opening to another area.
Okay, I guess I'll just put my hand on Neil's chest. Little chest. Was he a halfling? He was like so small, right?
I don't believe he was. I believe he was just.
Edith was a halfling.
I'm going to check for you.
Were you a halfling?
I'll tell you what, just for... I'm not quite sure what his character was.
He's a 2'5", he's teeny. So I'll put my hand, probably looks massive on his chest.
There you go.
And classic Orion, I'm not going to say anything. I'll give him a little like rub. And then I guess... look for any traces of the others.
No sign of anyone. Where you currently are. Ireena will look at you and say, this is the Grand Crest Cathedral. This is the Abbey. This is strange. Neil is dead. That dog is dead, but nobody's here. I don't know what to do. But all I know is we need some kind of rest. And I get that this may not be the best place to rest, but I mean, and she'll walk over here. And so in this tiny little corner over in this bit, you do see a lot of crates stacked up. And Ireena will start to arrange the crates in some formal fashion that it will hide you. And she sort of crawls in. She built a den. She built a little box den. Built a base. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's put a little sign on the outside of it, just going, "Go away, keep out."
Leave us alone. We're definitely not hiding in your church.
Yeah. Nobody here.
You can see you here. Oh god. Okay. Well. Okay. So a few things. That's cool. I feel like I have to do something with little Neil and Santa's body. I don't really know where to put them. Is there anywhere that's like we could lay them peacefully or something?
Define what you mean by peaceful. You've got what you can see.
Neither of them like a head. I just want to pop them like away from the horrible trough and kind of make it so that Santa's head is like more attached to his body than it was.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And then the thing is, did you say that there was a doorway? Because I would like to just check that there's no one else.
You see a large wooden table. This table, as much as you don't see it on the scene, but there are bodies at each one of the tables. Their throats have been slit, much like Neil's. The bodies that are closest to you seem to have been positioned in a way it looks like it's kind of like a... the bodies have been placed there. It looks like they're having an evening meal together. And as the bodies are set up like this, the further the bodies are away, the more the more dead they are. I'm having brain lag right now. The more deceased they are, the longer they've been dead for. Decomposed. Right. That's the word I was saying. Decrepit, necrotic. The more decomposed that they are.
I was saying, was there anything on the table? Is it just an empty table?
Yeah, so it's a lot of meat, wine, vegetables, a lot of the stuff that you did see at the tavern as well. There's a lot of flies around some of the food where it's been here for quite a while. And you see inside a small chapel area. You see the pews on your left and right, very clean. There's a large symbol of the sun on the floor in front of you. And a small altar right at the front. So, as you're in this small chapel area, pews to your left, pews to your right, small altar in front of you. As you make your way in, you do see that there is an alcove to your left and to your right. Both of these alcoves reveal a spiraling staircase going down.
Ooh. Okay. Is there anything else in the room around me? So there's an altar and a sun thing?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me then. As in, roll a d20, I'll tell you what the modifier is.
It's an 11.
11. So plus 4, so that'll be a 15. So, with a 15, you do see quite a few things, and I'll tell you what, with a 15, let me just have a little look for you. Hang on, sorry. Let's bring you over to here, and then bring you over to there. You do find, led underneath one of the pews, a small ring. The ring is brass with some gold inlays, and it has a emerald gem encrusted into the top of it.
Nice.
Do you want to?
Go on.
I was going to say, would you? It feels, because you are kind of, you do have innate spell casting as a Orion. You will get the sense that it is magical in nature. Do you want to make a Arcana check for me?
I can try. I don't know what my Arcana modifier is.
I've got all your mods, so you got a +1 for Arcana.
5.
Cool. You get the sense it's magical.
If only I had a scroll of identify with me.
Yes, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just take it for now. Pocket the ring. Anything else?
No, that's really about all you find. This place is very clean. Very tidy. Not a lot out of place. Not a lot huge. So there are the odd candlestick and decorations. There's some tapestries on the wall. Yeah, but with an investigation, you don't get the sense that there's much of anything of value in here.
And the altar, does it look weird in any way, or is it just a kind of normal church altar?
Very much a normal looking church altar. There is a goblet on there. It does look golden, but as you sort of make your way up to it, you just a normal tin goblet that was probably painted to look golden. In it is some wine, if you wanted to have a sip.
Nope.
Damn it.
Nope.
Go on. Have a go.
I've learned my lesson from the last time we went to wine. Okay, I guess I'll have scouted that place, and I'll just say, I think I can say into Ireena's head. I don't know if I have to be a certain distance. It's gonna take a look downstairs.
What will you be using to talk into her head? Is it your...
My weird mind shit, what's it called? It's
telepathic, right?
Telepathic, yeah.
I'm just trying to see how far you have to be. Well, you're in range now. I just want to know for in a moment.
Yeah, for when I scream really loudly.
Actually, you can't actually speak to her at the moment. It is within 60 feet, and you currently are outside the range of 60 feet.
Okay, well, I'll have to walk back within 60 feet.
All right, fair enough. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Can they reply? Do you know?
Yeah, I think they can reply. I think they can reply once. Check on my D&D folks.
It's alright, I've got it up. It understands you only if it knows language or communication. Does give the creature. It doesn't give the creature the ability to respond.
Oh. I always thought it did. I've maybe
Yeah, your communication doesn't give the creature the ability to respond to you telepathically.
So I can just speak to her. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say it to her then.
And she just shouts in this large cathedral. Okay. Don't be long, no. I'm building a base.
Okay. Get some popcorn as well. And some torches, and we can do some funky shit.
Well, all right. Popcorn and torch. All right then. Fuck it.
Do shadow puppets. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's what I was talking about too.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Ireena.
I'm sorry.
Go downstairs.
So you want to go down the spiraling staircase? Okay,
here's the thing. You're saying it like I shouldn't do that, okay?
I'm not. You do whatever you want to do.
It's a terrible idea. Right, I don't want to do it, but I don't think I think logically I'm not going to go to sleep in a pile of boxes if I haven't checked that there's going to be no one to sneak up on us. So I would like to go down the spiral stairs, but I would like to try and do it stealthily.
Do it stealthily. Okay, roll me a d20 for me, please.
D20? Is this for my stealth?
Yes.
It's another 11.
17. Yes, so your stealth is a +6. You do have proficiency. Lovely. So as you make your way down the spiral staircase, it spirals down for quite a distance. There are quite a lot of steps. Takes you about 60 seconds, and then you eventually reach a passageway at the bottom. The organ noises that you were hearing before, you haven't seen an organ so far, but they do start to get louder as you do approach the bottom of these spiraling staircases, and it does come out into a rock-formed tunnel. It's very dark and you can't see very well. Do you have dark vision?
Oh, I don't think I do because I'm a human.
Yeah, so it is very much.
Oh wait, yeah, I don't. I can give myself dark vision.
Do you want to give yourself dark vision?
I need to know how many key points I've got left.
Oh, golly. You will have some left, I'm sure. You have 2 key points left.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh god, right, this is completely above the table, but I really, really want a long rest. But I'm also really intrigued by what's down here. And it's fun. But I really need dark vision, but also I'm worried about having no key points left.
You do have a torch. There are other ways of giving yourself light. You are an adventurer, you do have a backpack, you do have access to torches.
Yeah, but if I light the torch, it's going to be really obvious that someone's coming down the tunnel, and I want to try and be stealthy. So, trying to decide between
You're right.
the house is below. Yeah, sorry. Somebody just collapsed behind me.
Oh shit! That.
I know. I was like, it's a ghost. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try and like just for now put my hand on a wall, like the wall that's next to me, and carry on a little bit.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's get myself positioned.
I'm gonna die.
Let's get myself up. Hey, choices, man. So, you're facing a large stonework tunnel. The stone is, you get the sense as you put your hand, I'm going to say your right hand onto the wall. As you put your hand on there, you feel it's kind of, it is brickwork. It's not like a cave structure that you'd feel, but you are feeling worked stone wall. And as you brush your hand along, you move about 20 feet in one direction, and then you do hit a wall straight in front of you. Yeah, so as you sort of bump into this wall, so as you can imagine, your right hand is on a wall, and there's a wall right in front of you. So, by logic dictates...
How dark is it? Like, is there a light source I can see in the distance that I'm heading towards, or is it like pitch black? Pitch
black. That's why I'm being so coy describing this to you, as I'm describing this of what you are feeling with your hand and your other senses.
Oh, this is so stressful. Okay.
Do you want to roll me a d20 for a perception check? Just to let's see how your other senses are really heightened at this point.
It was, so perception, so plus 3, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 15.
15 total? Do you know your modifier?
Yeah, 15 with my modifier,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So with a 15, you do hear the large sound of the organ. You do hear the sounds of rats sort of scurrying around. And actually, you're not wearing shoes. So... You're not wearing shoes. So the feeling you get on your feet is cold stonework. As you went down the stairs, it was sort of damp stone, but now as you sort of moved your way up and you've got to this wall, it feels like there's worked stone beneath you. Like it's kind of like it's been built. This is a tunnel that's been built.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh god, Kate is so torn because I'm really torn because I don't know if you're like being like, Kate, you need to long rest when you were making Ireena making the box fort. But I'm also like, what is down this tunnel?
I'm here for it, man.
I've got to look.
Mm-hmm.
It's so boring if I don't look. I have to look.
You gotta look, I guess. Do you want to keep going?
I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah. God. Okay. I am. Oh God. Do I use the key points? I've got so many cool things I can do with my key points. It's so stressful deciding how to spend them. I don't want to walk head first into something. Let me check. Sorry, let me check. Is that this? I think it doesn't. Okay. We might be okay. We might be okay.
Okay.
We might be okay. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend 2 key points on dark vision so I can see where I'm going.
Cool. Is that 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just double check. Oh god. I have to scroll a long way through to find it. Where is it? Shadow Arts. Shadow Arts. Dark Vision. Action. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, 60 feet.
60 feet. So as you sort of close your eyes, you open them back up and you see a... your whole vision is just monochromatic, right? That's what dark vision is. You were just seeing everything in black and white unless it was otherwise illuminated by some kind of light. So this is like an old black and white sort of horror movie. And as you're looking straight ahead of you, there's a wall to your right of work stone. There is a wall straight in front of you of work stone. As you turn to your left, you see a long, eerie tunnel. And I'm moving your token as I go. You do see quite a large opening, a hexagonal room about 50 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And you get the sense that as much as you can only see in black and white anymore, there are some drapes in this room, but they're about 50 feet away, so it's can't make out too much detail about it.
So I am gonna continue. I'm gonna try to still be quiet, obviously. But this is the reason why I'm going down the tunnel, okay? Because without metagaming, I actually don't know where my friends are. Okay.
Yeah.
They could be down the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and look.
So as you make your way down this tunnel, you come up to this hexagonal room, and just before you get there, you do see a door on your right. The door is currently closed, but so this is just before you get to the hexagonal room. As you look into the hexagonal room, you see there's two drapes against one of the walls, and there is a small cabinet with a mirror on it.
Oh.
But the hexagonal room, the tunnel that you were once in, does lead straight up.
Right.
On one of the on the side straight in front of you, there is another tunnel, and there is also a tunnel on the right of this hexagonal room.
Ah. Okay. So sorry, you. So if I go ahead, there was curtains, or
to your left is drapes. Straight
Right.
ahead of you is another tunnel. To your right is another tunnel, and then just as you've walked past it is a small wooden door.
Okay. I want to try and listen at the door to see if I can hear anything in there.
All right, roll a perception check.
Oh, it's good. 18 plus my modifier.
18.
21.
You hear some shuffling and some...
That doesn't sound good, does it?
No, it doesn't sound very good at all.
That doesn't sound great. Let's leave that for a minute. Okay. Let me see if I can peer around the drapes.
So as you sort of move the drapes, behind them is just stone. They just look like they're just decorative drapes that are just leant up against.
Can I touch the wall to see if it's actually a stone wall?
Yeah, stone wall.
Okay. Okay, so that's the door, the drapes. There's a hexagonal room with a mirror in it.
Yep. And then straight ahead of you is another tunnel. To your right is another tunnel. So you entering the hexagonal room?
Well, see, I don't like the idea of this mirror. Because I don't know why there would just be a random mirror in the way. Is there a way to, like, get into the room without showing up in the mirror?
It's only a very small mirror. As you're looking at the mirror, this is hard to explain in Theatre of the Mind. The tunnel off to your right, the mirror is pointing straight towards that. So yeah, you're not in the view of the mirror.
Okay. I'll try and well, first before I enter the room, can I see if it looks like a fucking trap that's about to screw me?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check for me.
Investigation. 14 plus, I don't know what my modifier is for investigation.
spending a little bit of time and just looking around, you don't get the sense that there is any obvious traps.
So it was 18, sorry, with my modifier.
Yeah, you're quite confident there are no traps.
Okay. I will enter. God, I will enter that.
Okay. Still keeping out of this mirror. It's going to be hard to keep out of the mirror if you just enter the room, but okay. I'm just, I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I know you don't. I know you don't. I know what's going through your head. So I'll help you out a little bit. So as you enter the room, I'm going to say that you're keeping outside of the range of this mirror, as I know what's going through your head, and you've seen through my ruse. Looking to your right, there's a tunnel, and straight in front, straight in that tunnel, just about 5 feet into it, is a large portcullis that is completely blocked off. Beyond that portcullis is another portcullis, so it's sort of it's a double door. The tunnel straight ahead of you just seems to wind back up. Now, from your instincts, the tunnel straight ahead of you probably leads back up to the other spiral staircase, the one that you didn't go down.
Got you.
Yeah?
Right. And those are the only 2 entrances?
Yeah, so...
Sorry.
Yeah, so back the way you came, right is a portcullis, or straight ahead is technically back up to the spiral staircase, but you do have the door that you did hear the horrible sounds to, so...
Yeah, it sounded bad though, right? It sounded like some kind of... Let me ask a question. Did it sound like some kind of creature that's like, ugh, or did it sound like someone that was in pain?
Ooh. With an 18 perception check, you got this. You didn't get... I will tell you this, which you didn't get the sense that it sounds like somebody in pain.
Okay, it sounds like something a bit more fucked up. That's cool.
Yeah, you're not sure what that noise was. I don't think you've probably heard a noise quite like that before, but...
Didn't sound good.
A lot more deep and groany and long. If someone was in pain, it'd be sharp shrieks. This is more of a long, dull groan.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds safe. Then the portcullises, they're locked, I presume. Like, they're down.
They are down. Don't know.
And I wouldn't... Yeah, go for it, sorry.
I was just saying, you don't know if they're locked. They are just that is a grated portcullis. You can see through it.
I can see through it.
Yeah, you can see through it. There's quite large holes. I'd say about sort of half a foot by half a foot, because we do things in feet in D&D. Squares in this portcullis, like actual holes, so you can see straight through it. It is like a large castle portcullis, if you get what I mean.
Okay. And is there a kind of any obvious mechanism to like remove them, or
no?
There isn't. Okay.
No.
Here's a question: what is the lighting situation? It's still really dark, pitch black down here.
Pitch black, as far as your dark vision can see. It is pitch black. So you would know that because your dark vision, essentially, you see everything in black and white, but if something was lit up, you would see it as if it was just normal vision.
I'm smiling because I'm wondering how stupid to be. Here's my 2 choices. Go back up and have a lovely box party with Ireena and hopefully get a bit of a rest. It's probably a great idea because I'm on 8 hit points. My other choice.
Unless you feel it's more safe down here. Ireena has taken the options that she's got and assumed that this is the safest place to try and get some rest. If you feel this is a safer place, you are more than welcome to.
I'm not sure about getting rest. I'm trying to play it as like, what would I do? Because I think I can get through those portcullises. Can I see what's on the other side of them at all?
Yeah, so as you make your way up to the first portcullis, you look through it and you see there is a second one about 30 feet in front of it. because of the range of your dark vision, you cannot see any further, really, than 10 feet past that second portcullis.
Okay. So here's a question for you as DM, and I can flavour it for you if you want. As I look at the portcullises and I'm in pitch black, let me check the writing on something here. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's not a key point. Okay. Oh god. Don't kill me. So I'm gonna yeah, fuck it. I will. I'm going to. Don't, why are you pulling a face?
I'm not. I've got a poker face, mate.
I'll go up to the portcullis and get as close as I can, and I'll try and kind of move it a little bit and see that it's not working. And then I guess like shadows, very similar to Ireena, freakishly enough, shadows will start kind of coming off until he kind of blends into them a little bit. And I'd like to shadow step through that portcullis.
How far can you shadow step?
60 feet.
Fuck off. Oh my fucking Christ. How many times can you use shadow step?
It's a bonus action.
Yeah, but how many times can you use it though? Like, is it just infinite, or is there a finite amount of uses?
I assume so. It just says, it says it's just an ability you get at level 6 for the Way of Shadow. It says when you're in dim light or darkness, as a bonus action, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see that's also in dim light or darkness.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
I then have advantage on the first melee tap.
That's insane.
It's really good. I've been waiting 6 levels to use this ability.
And considering that's not tied to, like, say, 3 uses or every long rest, that's insane.
I did think that. It does seem quite crazy, but yeah. It would be bonus.
Do you want to teleport 60 feet through both portcullises?
Well, what I would like to do is go through the first one. Step.
Okay.
Get into the first one.
Yep.
And then I would like to go towards the second one and just see, and again, I want to be doing it stealthily, like I'm not like, pow!
Right.
And I just want to see if I can see beyond where the other one kind of goes.
Alright, let me just check some of them. Alright. So just quickly, roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Don't be bad. It's another 11. I think these dice are not right, because I'm sure I've rolled an 11 3 times. But it's 11 plus 6, so 17.
As you stare through the second portcullis, you see a huge room. You can only make out with your 60 feet vision. To be fair, you really can't get the scale of this room. You just see a large void of darkness. And just on the edge of your vision, actually even before that, you hear a mechanical turning of a device coming from behind you. It just sort of and as you turn around, because it will be in your vision, you see the mirror has turned.
No.
And a bright light is emitting from that mirror.
No.
And you don't see too much else. In front of you, as you look through this second portcullis, 3 figures emerge. 3 robed figures. One holding a lantern. One holding a a huge greatsword, like a massive, large greatsword that he's just pulling behind him. And as he walks up, you can hear it just going like that. And the other guy is holding a mace. And as he draws it, the crackling of thunder, it just goes. And they are slowly walking towards you. What would you like to do?
So are you now telling me that it's too light for me to shadow stare?
No, you're in pitch black. You are seeing these guys walking towards you in dark vision. It is not light.
Oh, okay. In that case,
but they are walking towards you.
Yeah. I need to get out of dodge then. So what I would do is shadow step as far as I mean, I can't see the map because my foundry is dead.
Yeah.
So I would shadow step as far away as I possibly could from where I am, like closest to, like you said, the stairs that lead up.
Mm-hmm.
I would shadow step as close as I could to there. And
right, so you want to try and get the fuck out. You can shadow step back. You can go back through the first portcullis back into the back into the hexagonal room.
I can get 60 feet, so from wherever I am, like the closest that I can get into the hexagonal room.
Yeah.
By the staircase, and then just try and run away.
You hear in your head the sound of a familiar voice that you've heard before, one of the abbot. And they say, "Hello, Orion. Why are you without your friends? We missed you earlier. Where have you been?"
Can I still move while he's talking to me, or is it just that he's talking to me?
Yeah, we'll take it. As I am gradually moving you back, so yes, you are moving while he is talking to you. I'll tell you when you've made your way back.
Okay, so I guess I'll reply to him. I heard you had a party without me.
Yes, but then your friends just ran away. They left you, Orion. They left you to die.
Does it get emotions or thoughts?
Say again?
Does he get emotions or thoughts? Like, does he get what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling? Because they're two very different things.
You wouldn't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So the emotion is very sad. But also quite accepting, like, that makes sense. But the thought will be... What would his thought be? Nah. That's sensible of them, I suppose.
Why don't you join me for a chat?
I think you might have to buy me a drink.
I'll buy you many drinks.
I'm getting faster and faster.
Are you still running, are you?
I mean, yeah, I would try to run, because it's Orion.
Alright. Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Yes.
As a figure appears in front of you from the shadows.
Oh, no.
It is the abbot.
How dare they? Oh, it's a 2. It's not good. It's only a 4.
You are now stunned and you are paralyzed.
How dare he?
So as you are running towards the spiral staircase, you are nearly there. You are almost at the right-hand turning that you would need to make to go up. A shadowy figure just emerges from the shadows in front of you and just shouts, "Stop." And you are just completely stunned. And in front of you is the golden-haired individual.
Sexy.
Maybe a perception check quickly.
Oh, it's an. Why could that have not been a different thing? It's a natural 20. It's only 23.
Wow. Okay. So with a natural.
Always.
No, this is not a waste. You see in this. Fuck it. With a natural 20, this is an illusion.
Oh, okay.
This is an illusion. You immediately get the sense that this is an illusion of the Abbot. Even with dark vision. I've got her on her in that 20, man.
Okay. It's illusion, but I'm still stuck. Like, I still can't move.
Yeah, your whole body has just gone completely tense. You are just T-posing in the middle. And he just sort of walks around you and says, "Why the rush? Why leave?"
I don't know. You're not doing a very good job of convincing me to stay. And he's trying to be cocky, but in his head is like, fuck. This is a question. How far away am I from Ireena at this point?
Oh, a fair distance. So you are...
Not 60 feet.
No, you are...
It's just worth checking.
You are deep underground.
I'm still underground.
You never made it to the staircase. You left the hexagonal room. You were running... To be fair, and I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt because you are fast. It takes you 80 feet to run down the tunnel, another 20 feet to run right towards the spiral staircase. I got you basically there, and then he stopped you. I was even assuming you were dashing at that point as well.
Fucking pegging it, I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he got you just before the spiral staircase. You are underground. Even if you made it to the top, you were nowhere within 60 feet.
Damn it, Tristan, you sexy bitch.
I am fucking sexy. So, where does this leave us? I could kill you now, but I don't know. You could be of some use to me.
Well, I'm a lot more fun alive.
Roll me a persuasion check quickly.
Can I do it with my...
yes, yes you can. I will even activate it in your sheet for you.
It is a 13.
Okay, so with a persuasion modifier of +10, that'll be 23. Rolled 13, right?
Yeah.
Cool, so with a 23... yes. I don't think I will kill you. What would be the fun of that? Looking at you, you'd die if I just breathed on you. But I do need you dead. I also need your friends dead. Go and get them for me. Bring them back. And he is going to... No, he's not. He's not going to do that. I was going to gear spell you. He won't gear spell you. Bring them back. Or stay here with me and be by my side. And we can kill the rest of them together.
How are you going to kill them if they're not here?
Oh, I'll have my ways. I believe I have something that they need.
What What's that?
Oh, you see,
Amazing.
you know that funny old Taroka deck reading that you had a while ago? I'm the taxman.
Ah,
Yes.
you're a collector of coin or something.
Yes. The symbolism is a little bit stretched. I'm more a collector of antiquities of the human body. Some may call that tax. In a previous life, I was an adventurer just like you, making my way through, doing my things, doing my bits to save the world. This world is fucking doomed. There's nothing you or your friends can do to save it.
So then why are you trying to get rid of us? Don't we need to be alive for the world to end? But wait, is that metagaming? Is that something that I knew?
You get the idea from Ireena, but you're wrong. No. I don't know where you'd heard this madness. I need you to die. So your timeline fails. Your timeline collapses. And we reset. And we go back to square one.
Okay. So...
Believe it or not, I do not want this world to burn. I like this world and I like my life.
I gather you seem to have had a lot of fun in that hole.
Yeah. Although I did somewhat underestimate the arrival of that halfling, that wild card.
Who is that?
Tilly Brightspark. Oh, did you not know she's back? Oh, little Orion. She came back, and she convinced the others to leave with her and leave you here. All alone.
Can I insight check him?
What are you insight checking him for exactly?
If he's lying. Specifically
okay.
lying about Tilly convincing them to leave me by myself, I guess.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
It's not good. It's a 6. It's a 6 plus 3. It's a 9.
You can't quite get a read on him. It is worth mentioning also, he is still talking into your mind. You are replying with your mind. So his facial expression is just stoic, which is probably why it's even harder to read his emotion at this point.
Okay. That's fine. How about this? I'll go get my friends, bring them back here, and then we can have another charming conversation.
Or you stay here with me. Put it to you this way, your friends will die, whether it's by my hand or Strahd, or some other amalgamation that this land offers. I can offer you a life. Yes, this may not be the life that you've picked. It will be a life here in Barovia, but you will live. Mark my words. I have survived. Even when my friends were all killed, I can give you the same choice. Let them go. They will all die.
I'm really torn about what to do.
They left you. For all they know, you are dead. And they don't care. I didn't even try to look for you. I do think they thought you were having a shit, but anyway.
I was tempted, to be fair. It's been a really long night. I
mean,
don't think I've done it the whole time I've been in Barovia.
Yes, I don't blame you.
I don't think any of us have.
If it makes it any different, I've got a lovely toilet. I've got one of those, like, bidet things that shoots water up your ass to clean it after you've done shit. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be great. Don't smile at me like that.
I'm not.
Well, listen. I'm pretty big on revenge. Just recently, actually, it's kind of a new thing for me. I'm kind of enjoying it. I mean, my friends have no reason to come back to Crash. Can't say that word.
Crash.
Unless I ask them to. They don't even know what's here.
True. So why have any allegiance to them if you think they're not going to ever come back? That means they're just going to leave you here. Do you not think that they come back for you?
I mean, they left without me.
They
What would be
did.
the sense now? I'm pretty sure if I go and say, hey, guess what? Tristan Winters is the tax collector. They chew over here straight away.
And you'd be giving me exactly what I wanted.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah. You have a choice, Orion. Life or death. If you leave, and you come back, die. If you leave, and you don't come back, you die. If you stay, I can offer you life.
Yeah. What if I leave and then bring them back? And then I'm like, hey.
And then I will murder every last fucking one of you.
Okay, I'm starting to think that you've got some power issues.
Oh, I've got no issues with power, Orion. You've
Exactly what I
seen what I'm capable of.
Yeah. Ripping the head off of the dog was really impressive, I'm sure.
I mean, oh no, sorry, you wouldn't have seen this, as you were fucking.
Oh, that's true. I didn't see.
You were dead.
No, I saw the
You were
dog
dead
was
on the
out.
snow. I'm talking about outside of Kresk. Did I not stop time? Did I not kill those werewolves for you?
I think I was actually dead on that.
Yes, I think you were actually dead. Well, I did some fucking cool shit.
I'm sure it looked really
Yeah,
badass.
I just fucking. It was really, really cool. Go on. Go and rest with your friend Ireena. Or maybe I should offer her the same deal.
Yeah.
Should we bring her down? No, I think we should. You've taken a long time to think about this proposal. So have I. And you'll see in your T-post state, you'll see Orion. Not Orion, Ireena comes down the spiral staircase. She appears to be in this zombie-like state as she walks towards you.
And she faces towards you. You can't wave. You're stunned.
No. Can I speak to her?
No, you're currently fully paralyzed. All your muscles are just fully tense. You're currently speaking with the abbot in your mind.
Can I speak to her in her mind?
Yeah, technically, yeah. With your telepathic ability, you could say something. What would you like to say?
So, all right, Watson Tits.
All right, mate. What up?
All right, how are ya? Bit of a situation, isn't it? Yeah, I'll speak to Ireena in her. I'll just say Ireena. You there?
She can't reply with your telepathic, mate.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Crap. Doesn't do anything. Okay. I'll just say, don't panic. I'll get us out of this. Don't know how yet. Working on it.
You see the
Do
abbot.
this if you understand me.
No response. You see the face of Ireena is just zero emotion. She is in a zombie-like state as she walks. And the abbot will say to you, "What will it be? Leave or die?"
Do I have to die right now, though?
No. I don't know. Do you want to? I'll kill you if you want.
No, I mean,
you persuaded me earlier not to kill you, so I'm all right. I made my mind up then. It's the same choice now. No, I won't kill you now.
I mean, we could, just actually go out and get a drink at some point. That would be good as well.
Shit.
You look like someone who's a little bit tense.
I mean, I have been lonely down here. You're right. No. I've got friends. I've got friends. No, you're not my type. You're not my type. Stop it.
No, I'm everyone's type. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
We get sidetracked. Stop it. Your those eyes there. Oh, I'm getting lost in them. Stop. What is your choice? Damn it! Stop. You're stunned. How are you doing this?
Okay. Right, no, I'm very stressed. I mean, I'd rather go, I guess. We're all gonna die at some point anyway.
Okay. Leave.
Are you mad, though?
I'm not mad.
Are you upset about it?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm not. I'm okay.
I think I can see just like a tiny little tear creeping out of your eye.
No, you can't. This is an illusion. Illusions cannot cry. However,
I mean, as long as you're sure.
I think I will keep Ireena, Tatiana, whatever you want to call her.
You didn't say that, did you?
Yes. Well, you shouldn't have walked down into my undercroft, should you? And you'll see Orion's zombie-like nature walk past you and off into the darkness. And the illusion of the abbot fades. See you soon. And fades completely. You are now he keeps you stunned for about 60 seconds. And then you feel your muscles untense. And now you are back in pitch black with your 60 feet of dark vision. The organ has stopped playing. And you are where you are.
I just couldn't resist exploring his undercroft. This is the mess that we get ourselves into. Well, I don't know what to do. I guess I've got to find a way back to my buddies.
Okay. Do you want to go back up Spiral Staircase, or would you like to go deeper into the Undercroft and try and follow Ireena? It's up to you at this point.
I mean, that's not going to end well, is it?
No.
No, so I'll have to leave. So I go up there. I guess I'll just stand there really awkwardly for a minute, feeling like I've made a terrible, terrible decision and still not knowing. And then I'll go up the spiral staircase, see the little pillow fort that she's made.
She has made the best box fort you have ever seen. And all joking aside, as you sort of make your way to this box fort, you see that she had laid out a blanket that was in her backpack, and she's laid her stuff down there as well. There's actually a backpack there, and she's laid down a small blanket. She's made some sort of makeshift pillows from what she can find, and you see there's two sort of sleeping arrangements, one next to each other, and a backpack is there. Do you want to have a little look in it?
Okay.
So as you take a little look, you find a small book, like just a blue notebook, and an inkwell quill, and it is just a small. As you look through the pages, there is just recaps of events of each day since she's met you, or met the group. And how much of this would you read?
Get my glasses out, sit down.
Yeah, you're just gonna straight up.
I glance through.
Cool. I think what I'll do is we'll end the session there, and I will create you an Ireena diary. All right, because I don't have it, Swan, but you see some lovely shit in there.
It's got love hearts and shit in it as well.
Yeah, but there'll be some cool stuff in there. But I suppose to end the session off, do you think that you would try and bed down in this beautiful box fort?
I mean, feel kind of weird about it now. Do need to long rest somewhere. So, cut to black, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, God.
You got a long rest at some point. I'm giving you an option to long rest.
I'm gonna have to. I'm so fucked.
Cool. All right, well, that was the most randomest, most craziest, most laggiest turn of events that has ever happened.
I'm so sorry.
And I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Bloody hell. Fucking hell, Kate.